Hello everyone, Amy with Campbell Creations, and today we are working with Bargain Bead Box September 2024 Mystic Moonrise. And we're going to be playing with some wire. So we're going to be making a necklace, and the star of this show is our beautiful Labradorite Pendant. Just beautiful. We're going to put a little bit of a wire wrap on him because even though his imperfections make him absolutely perfect for me, if you were to sell a piece, someone might not think those imperfections are perfect. So we're going to hide a couple of them without hiding the beauty of this stone. This is just beautiful. Ah, I love Labradorite. We're going to make some links to go with it, and I haven't taken out what I'm using from my organizer. We'll take that out as we use it, but this way you can see, I figured you can see what I have left. You see what I'm already working with, you see what I've already made, and you can see what I have left as well. See if it's maybe something close to what you have left and helps know what projects maybe we will be doing. So typically with blues, I really like silver. Like here is, I'm wearing my little Lapis triple strand. I love it. But I think it's cool to bring in the copper tones and the bronze tones. And the antique copper that we're using, I really like the brightness that happens in antique copper. And so I like using bronze with it, the bright bronze. So that's what we'll be doing today. And I've already made some jump rings. I'm sure I'm going to need to make more. But what you're going to see about these jump rings is they are beautifully and almost perfectly flush cut. And that's because this time I used the Xeron double flush cutter that was gifted to me from Heather Aston. And we will make some more of these because it is a little bit different whenever you're cutting them because you're more so going from the side because it doesn't have that point. But they come out beautifully. It just makes it so nice. So we'll be doing that. So let's get right into it. So I have some wire cut. I'm using 20 gauge bronze wire, and this is 5 inches that's cut. I also have some 4.5 inch pieces for the links that we'll be making. So with this pendant, you see how there's kind of a neck on the side here? I thought we would cover that, but all of this beauty is coming in the bottom, so I don't really want to cover that. I just kind of want to cover some of these cracks. So what I thought was we would do just right across it. So it would come up right around here. The center of it would be right here, but it would keep this stuff open. That's what I'm thinking here. So let's see how we're going to do it. This is really easy, okay? It's not difficult, and this wrap is not what's going to be like a bail. We're making a separate bail for this. The wrap is just for decorative purposes. Now, there's some variations, and we may at some point get into the wrapping that way. I've been trying to learn. I just love the beauty of wrapping. I just love, love, love. Anyways, we start talking about wire and I'm telling you I get distracted. Let's talk about this wire. So we just want this to be centered here. Does it look centered? It does to me. So I'm holding on to the back of this with my finger just to make sure that I've got a good secure hold on it there. So my thumb on the front, my first or middle finger on the back, whichever you prefer. And I'm just going to wrap around the stone. Both sides. Just going to wrap around it. And I want to make sure whenever I'm doing this wrap that I'm not at the thickest point. I want to make sure that wherever this is, there's still thickness, that it doesn't just slide off, right? So once we have that across, so you see about, it's pretty flush up against there, we're just going to crisscross these across the stone. So I'm going to crisscross this one and tuck it behind that stone. Okay, I'm going to crisscross this one and tuck it behind that stone. Okay, so now it'll hold, right? And if this little cross isn't exactly what you're wanting it, it's okay. Give it just a moment and we'll adjust it. So make sure that this is secure here, and we're looking at the back now. So you see it naturally wants to do a little bit of that cross anyways, and that's what we want. So from here, I'm going to come from the side on the one closest to my pendant, and I'm just going to finish that cross down. And then on the next one, finish that cross down. So here's the front, here's the back. If you need to make adjustments, now's the time to make adjustments. This looks pretty good to me, and it's where I want it to be. I don't want to mess with it too much because there's already this little chip that's naturally here. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this, but I'm making sure that this wrap is not at the thickest point and that it looks the way I want. So when we turn this over, this is crisscrossed. We're going to give a couple twists here. We're going to wrap this just a couple twists, so you'll probably have to come out a little bit, hold on to the sides, make sure it stays together, and we'll give just a couple twists. These twists and this little coil does not have to be perfect, right? We're just wanting to cinch it there. Okay, so we're going to give another look at it. Looks good to me. Okay, so from here we're going to come in with our pliers. Just grab both of those wires, and we're just going to continue that twist easily. It's tightening up all of these wires, and I'm just twisting it down. So now this is in here good. He's not going nowhere. And I have that pretty embellishment. So I'm going to flatten this against the back a little bit. Our tail is a little too long, so let's trim it up. And I'm probably going to go, let's go about here. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do at this point is I'm going to see if I can separate those wires just a little bit. And I'm going to give wrong pliers. I'm going to bring in some smaller nose pliers, and I'm going to give a little hook at the end of these. Okay, so you see there's two little hooks. I'm wanting those to go underneath this wire. So if I grab this wire, and again, we're on the back, so we're good. Tuck them up under that wire. This is a weird angle I'm at. I can't hardly get to it. That's one thing about this is okay, one moment. Okay, I needed to get this wire up enough to tuck it under, but I just couldn't at that angle. It was not happening. So we're going to tuck these. Let me get this hooked again. And we're going to tuck these up under our wire. I think the problem is I cut that tail a little short. Okay, both of them are tucked under that wire, so now I'm going to squeeze them. Oh, he popped out. There he goes, squeeze them. So now we have that connection, right? Make sure you don't have any pokies. You have that connection, you have this guy, and he's in there. So let's give a bail wrap on the top. The way I'm wanting to do this one is I want kind of a double wrap. So I'm going to go through about 3/4 because I want this thick and chunky on top. So I'm going to go through about, yeah, I'd say that's about what, 3/4? Yeah, 3/4. And I'm going to pop this up and around. And then I'm going to pop this one straight up. So here's what I'm left with. Okay, I want it to be a little thinner on top and definitely thicker towards the bottom. So I'm doing this that I have a double wrap. So from here, I'm going to wrap this guy around. And we'll do maybe 3. 2, 3. Okay. I wanted that look where it was the X and then it went up and around. So let's trim off this edge here. And now we're going to make a wrapped loop on the top. Back, up and over, swivel around, and come around. Now I'm going to connect this to one of our links. So let's get a link out. I want this connection to be right here at the bottom. See that? So we're going to put it right through on that bottom. I'm going to open this up a little bit. Oh, I need to go backwards. Right? Yeah, because I'm going to swivel around like this. So again, going on backwards through where I want it to be, coming up and around. So then we're going to close this back up. Nope, don't grab that. Okay, close him back up. Now we'll wrap him. There we go. See, you can still get him. So I want it a little bit thinner on top. So I'm going to do it nice and pretty. And then when I get down to that other wrap, I'm going to go in between those wraps. Nice long veil up top, and that's what I want. A little bit chunky at the bottom, but not gnarly. See? I like that. So it's not gnarly, but it's got that chunk to it closer to the bottom, and it's directly connected to our link. So let's cut off this back. You don't want to mar him up. Good. Here's what we're looking at. Okay. So now let's make some links. And the only thing that I pulled in from my stash for these links is some of these little bitty 4mm guys. These little dotted spacers. And I'm using 4.5 inch wire. So we're going to make wrap loops. So I'm going to come down, and I want the connection, I want that to be about medium size. I'm going to come down 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and get my wrap. We'll give a good 3. Okay, 3, 3. I'm still getting used to my new pliers. I don't know if it's because I just have so many of them now that I don't know which to use for what, or that I want to use all of them for everything. I think it's the latter. Okay, on this we're going to put one of our little daisy spacers. We're going to bring in our rondelles. So let's see, we need 2 per link. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many we're going to make. And then we'll do 4 of these. Excellent. And then we need our bead caps. So let's do one of our Larvikite. Let's do a bead cap, one of our Lapis. I love these. I love the matte beads. Bead cap, Larvikite, and a daisy spacer. We'll just make a wrap loop on the other side. I love what the daisy spacer does to the end of it. It just really ties off. It almost seems like it's part of that wrap. And I just really like that. We'll do 3. I will say, I like the round nose pliers from Xeron, but I do think my Beadsmith Pro ones that I got from Randy with Thunder Horse Descendant, I believe they are still my favorite. I think I'm going to go back to these. I love the Xeron pliers, and I really love these different needle nosed ones, just amazing. But I think for my kind of round nose precision tip, this one just seems stronger than this one. Here's the difference. I had someone ask me about this, and I was like, well, I'm glad you asked, because so I think I'm going to do this swap. I just missed these. All right. So let's make one more of these, and then we'll start putting this together and see where we are. Is that 2 or 3? That's 3. That's why we check. So I am headed to San Diego and taking off for the airport in 4 hours. But it gave me time this morning to be able to knock out another project, and that makes me happy. And when I get back from this trip, there's going to be something very exciting waiting for me. Very exciting for me, and I hope very exciting for you in turn. I'm just over the moon. I don't know. Let's see later in the tutorial if I release what that is. I kind of want that surprise factor to be there for you guys, but I also just want to share. You're my friends. It's hard to keep secrets, or it's not a secret actually. It's hard to keep surprises. Okay, so let's put these together and see where we are, shall we? Okay, so let's bring in our jump rings. So I knew I wanted my bail to go directly to the link, but I want to keep this color flowing because it's a little different than the antique copper, but I think they work with each other so well. I mean, you see the highlighted tips of the antique copper next to it. Love it. So let's pull in our jump rings. I've never worked with Larvikite before, and the shine that it has in it, like the shine that's in Labradorite, is incredible. Incredible. And these rondelles are just amazing. What am I doing? Oh, that was the end one. Don't use that one, Amy. See, it's just something about those round nose ones. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm liking that. So let's pull in a couple more links. Have I mentioned how excited I am about these links? If I haven't, I'm really excited about these links. I have to have more of them, which I'm a fan of links anyways, you guys know that. But these are really cool. I just love that. just love it. So this trip that I'm going on for work is to San Diego, and it is the last trip of the season. No more travel until next year, next summer. And I am ready to be back to a normal schedule. And I'm not a fan of packing, so packing and unpacking and packing. Okay, that's good. That is so cool. I got out some Lumachina chain because I think it really does well with the brightness that is in the antique copper and with the bronze. And this is going to be pretty heavy, and the chain that was in the box is not very heavyweight. So that's my plan. All right. That is beautiful. I think we should do another set of links to end it, and then we will bring in our chain. I love this. Let me check the length. Yep. So with, oh, I love it. With the other links on there, these links will hit about my collarbone. I'm liking that. I'm liking these links, that's for sure. So guys, if you don't know Bargain Bead Box or beadboxbargains.com, beadboxbargains.com is the sister site to Bargain Bead Box, and all of their prices are incredible anyways, because it is a closeout website. You get your closeout prices. It's amazing. But whenever you subscribe to this box, you're also getting a 30% off coupon, 30% on top of their already great prices. And on top of that, every weekend they run these specials. So like this weekend was, if you bought any past box, they would send you a mini companion bundle for free to go along with it. Awesome. So you're getting 30% off the price. You're getting additional free items, plus the free gift that they always send you. It's unbeatable. If you've never ordered from Beadbox Bargains website, if you've never received a bargain bead box, here's a code, Amy2, and it'll take $2 off for your first box or your first order on their website. Can't beat it, guys. Let's add some chain. So I know where this is going to hit, so let me see where I want this chain to be. And we want to be right about here. That went flying, right? Okay, so let's get this in half. Let's make sure our other end is a good end. Yep, so we're good there. Let's grab one of our pieces of wire here. Oh, this one isn't. Nope, see? Here's the thing about Lumachina chain is you want to make sure that your ends that you're connecting to look like this, not this. So I'm going to cut that off before we measure. Okay, so we'll go through one end and then the other. Make sure we don't have any kinks. Lumachina chain can do that just a little bit. Let's get them together. And do we have an extra? We do not. So I'm just going to take off both of these ends. So we're going to take off both of the bottom ones. I should have used my bigger clippers. What am I thinking? All right, let's make sure our ends look good. Yep, our ends are what we need them to be. All right, so we'll use one of the toggles. And let's see. I'm not going to make a whole other thing of jump rings just for two of them. So let's use baby jump rings on this part. Actually, no, because that way it matches here. We'll use the big jump rings here. We'll use these big ones here. Nope. I'm just being mighty loud, aren't I? All right. And we'll connect our toggle. Our toggle is one-sided, so I'm going to put it on Did I get two toggles and no bar? As if they're jump rings. All right, once this is done, I'm gonna go get ready to head to the airport, and I'll be back late Wednesday night, and then Thursday evening I will have, or maybe earlier on Thursday, we'll see how much sleep I get, we will have a special video. All right, so let's get some of this out of the way now that there's not much in there. Let's see. Oh, I love this. Simple yet such a statement. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Thank you for sharing in this time that I love so much. If you are not a current subscriber, I would love if you would click that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, comment, share, all of that good stuff. And for sure, come right back here with me. I'll see you next time right here on this bead mat. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye, friends.